It's Tuesday the 5th of April. It's in the morning. It's probably like 10 a.m. here. And hello everybody, I'm back. So when I share my musings, I'm not sort of telling anybody else how to think or anything like that. I'm just sort of offering ways and sort of solutions. I'm all about like looking into ways that we can evolve constantly, because that's what life's all about, really, is when you can get bought. Everything wants to buy you into fear, basically, and when you're in that fear mode, you're destroying yourself, not only your creativity but your mind, your body, everything. And that you have to sort of move beyond that in order that your only chance of survival is to transcend that into something else. And that happens in many ways. There's many ways that you can take yourself out of that fear mode. For instance, when you look at something on a massive scale, and this is the reason why sort of governments and anybody who wants to control you will get you to focus on things that you have no control over, but they do in some sort of way. Something that's bigger than just you. And that's why the most important thing to learn, first of all, is that if you can do nothing about it, then it can't be your problem anymore, because you will destroy yourself trying to do something about it. You can be aware of things and bigger things going wrong and everything else, but you can deal with the small things in your life, And I think with all of us, like, there comes points in our lives where we have like a reset, and I would say this is, at the moment, this is like this situation, because we're still in lockdown at the moment here in the UK, for instance. I know there's talk everywhere of transitioning out of that, but it's going to be that slow sort of thing to make it all seem more important, that we're precautious, but really they could just go boom, out, and that's it. Everybody get back to work. What a load of bollocks, But I will not use profanity. That was for Thomas Sheridan. Yeah. So yeah. There's a constant sort of transition from the fear stage into something else, and the trouble is, like I say, anybody who wants to own you will get you to buy into fear that only they can sort out and you can't sort out. And that's where it's important sometimes, when things are bigger than you and you can do nothing about it, you have to literally tune out. You have to tune out of those things, and take that. I get in one of those stupid moods now. I hope I have to stop the video. You don't believe how many videos I had to stop and redo because I just started crying with laughter. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, the important thing to do is not ignorance is bliss, right? So you're aware there's like, say that, for instance, it says this situation at the moment, there's a coronavirus. You're aware there's a coronavirus. You can do nothing to save all the vulnerable people that die from it, apart from what you can do in your own little personal life, which is, not just step away from them. Don't go in their homes, and start coughing around in, if you feel that you've got symptoms or whatever, silly things like that. To keep it down to the things you can control, and then forget the rest. Forget the rest, because you can do nothing about it. So it's just going to zap you for no reason, And then there's a lot of ways you can do things about things. So, for instance, if I was looking at this whole situation that's happening around the world, and I know a lot of you guys, I'm preaching to the choir. I've always said this. If you're watching this anyway, and you want to listen to all my rubbish, then, it's like you're aware that what I'm doing is not trying to buy anybody down into anything, but look at things from a bigger perspective in order to sort of, in a way, set yourself free from that mindset, move on, transition, because that's what you have to do, is constant fight of transition in that fear into something to build on for your life, rather than just being brought down into it, because when it ties you down, you're not getting out, it's really difficult. But, you got to sort of keep pushing it, let flirt with the ideal to see where it's taking your life, and then just push it away. So yeah, it's like, in a way, it's like a reset for our lives. That's an opportunity. So the way to look at the situation you're in now is that things start to be revealed to you, not just with the way people act around you and how actually like aware they are, or where they are in their lives, how consciously aware they are about their surroundings and everything else. But also there will be people who will be nasty to you because you're you're the emotional punch bag. Then they will reveal themselves. Then there's the people who make you feel really good. So they'll all come out, you'll be around them, you think, oh, I feel a lot better when they're around. I don't know why. It's the it's the energy thing again, isn't it? You can feel it when someone walks into a room, whether they're good or bad. So sometimes you can just look at their name or their picture, if you're on social media, and you get to know whether or not they should have anything to do with you whatsoever. And all those things get revealed. And then also the important things in life, as in, you might have been caught up in some sort of lifestyle that really didn't serve you. And all of a sudden when it gets stripped away, like in these moments, and you have to really sit down and think about what's important to you, or even live what's important to you for a while, you realize that probably a lot of the other junk that you really wanted or you really thought you needed, you don't need. And really, when it comes down to it, what is it, and that could take many different forms for many different people. This situation, for instance, it made some people really, really busy and really rich, say, or just really busy. And that busyness could have been from anything. It could have been the fact that now you've had a chance to fulfill all your sort of goals in terms of projects you're doing, like I'm doing at the moment, or art, or anything, or you're writing a book, or you're just going through your home or your back garden, sorting out all your junk you don't want anymore. And that could be really busy, and it could be busy on a business aspect, and you could find that the situation is giving you a pathway to be really prosperous business wise. And then there's the ones who, those of us as well, who get those moments where you're sat there and you're doing nothing, and you're having to go within and think to yourself. And nobody's course is right. And it's like, for instance, when I make these videos, and when I started making them, for instance, I could have easily been pushed off by the fear. There are people out there, many people who are far more intelligent than me. Basically, for everything I speak of, somewhere out there's an absolute expert there who's really on top of his or her game, who could shoot me down in flames. It doesn't stop me from speaking to you guys, because the way that you have to look at it then is, hang on a minute, they might be experts in this field, that field, and they can come and pick me apart, but the only expert in my life is me. And if you're sticking to your truth of what you want out of life and what you experience in life, and you're speaking from that, you're the only one with that unique experience. Like I'm the only person here making this video, so everything I experience at this moment is when I look around me, is only open to me. It'd be something like that. Something as simple as that. So you build up on those experiences throughout your life, and they teach you and take you down a different path, which is perfectly normal. It's the way that life and nature wants you to be. Everybody, an individual, thinking individual. No, anybody who wants to own your thoughts and give you say this is the definitive answer to, like me, if I come and say this is the definitive answer how you should deal with fear, what a tosser I'd be. I'm just sharing ways that I've been through quite a lot of tragedy in my life, and I haven't really gone into it with people. Perhaps I will open up to everything right from when I was a child one day, but you feel like you're almost making yourself worse. You know what I mean? You're almost focusing on all those. It's not that you can't focus on the negatives, and yes, you do need to share them. There's an element of me making these videos that I feel better sort of sharing my experience, but that part of that is because of me, because it makes me feel better. And I ask myself, why does it make me feel better to share those experiences? And there is an element of, I do care about people. I might not seem like a people person. I might lock myself away, which I'm still doing at the moment. But I am a people person. I want to give people tools to. There's nothing more rewarding than to see someone happy that were once sad, and know that they're in some way you sort of help them through that little dark patch in their life, and you've seen them grow from that. And that could be because you just said the right sentence at the right time, and it made them think in their lives and view their lives from a different perspective. So it's always about finding those people in your life that open up that wider, that wider sort of perspective. But remember that you You're the only expert in your life. It doesn't matter where you're looking at it from or anything. You are the expert in your own life.